Hi, my name's Molly. So, about a year ago, I was swimming for club, like right about now, after high school season. And, I was dreading coming back. I didn't want to go back to swim. It was the last thing I wanted to do, even though I had just come from a pretty good season in high school. So, over the course of that summer, it just kept getting harder and harder to get back into club swim and waking up early for it. And I really just did not want to swim. And considering I loved high school swim and I loved working hard for my coaches then, but just not for club. So, after the summer ended, I was happier because I didn't have to get up every day at the crack of dawn. And so then when swimming rolled around, the excitement really became, real, and I was excited to go back to high school and not back to club. And so, the truth is that club makes me a better swimmer mentally and physically, but so I really don't understand, why I was feeling this way towards it. But I worked harder than I did before because club is what basically got me there. And the endurance and the mental positive or negative aspect of swim has trained me through club. And as well, I've gotten more friends and my mental attitude has changed. So this is why I want to have the same positive mental attitude going into club swim as I do for high school swim. And I want to work on that by just kind of relaying the outcomes of working hard and what I achieve. And so in class, though, we talked about our SMART goals and how they were important in making decisions and reaching our ultimate goals in life. And my SMART goal talks about how I want to overcome mental obstacles with swim and how I want to approach going into swim practice and getting up early for it. My SMART goal is to have a positive mental attitude going into swim practice by working hard on relaying my achievements from working 3 times a week for 30 minutes before practice until the beginning of summer. When I accomplish this goal, I will become a better swimmer and hopefully have gained some more self-discipline. To achieve this goal, I will first set aside 30 minutes to write a list and reflect on the past year as a high school swimmer. If I were to do this right now, I would say something like, I had a great year, getting All-State in 100 breaststroke, getting All-State honorable mention for the 3rd year in a row in all 2 relays. And looking back and reflecting on that kind of gets me excited to just go back to swim. And I've never thought that getting All-State and getting one of those medals would really make me want to swim more. So I also will write down what I don't like about club swim and what I like about club swim and kind of the pros and cons of both. And at the end of my meeting with myself, so to speak, I'll just kind of mentally list the reasons why I swim and what is the point of me doing it anyway. Because I do love to swim and I do love working hard and I love what I get out of it and I love the achievements and the stuff I get from working hard. One of the things we also learned in class was self-affirmations. And with self-affirmations, I use my affirmation card and it says, "Don't look back, you're not going that way." Might be backwards. This thing definitely kind of relates to me in more ways than one. First, it's pretty common sense. When you're swimming, you're only kind of going one way down a lane, and you can't really go backwards. But it also kind of means on a more spiritual level, that you can't just quit and turn around and go back where you came from because there's only one way, and the one way is the end, which hopefully, if you work hard enough, will be your biggest achievement. That's why I like hanging this on my mirror so I can see it every day when I wake up. And I use this affirmation to also affirm myself where I am in the process to getting to the ultimate goal of feeling that I want to go to club more than I do for high school. So some of those affirmations include being conference champ in 4 of my 4 events in conference. Also dropping time in my events will be my kind of checkpoints to where I am. And also one of my biggest goals is to be state champion in the 100-yard breaststroke. Another thing we learned in class was our values and what they are and how they affect our choices we make. And in swimming especially, my values are important to me because without them, I really wouldn't have any reason to swim because I love it. And one thing I physically value is my vision board. And I have this hanging up in my room, and I have a picture of it. But it just has like all my medals and all my ribbons and stuff. You can see like my all-state plaque here, and all my like heat ribbons, my all-state medals, my other high school swimming medals and ribbons. And I look at this every day when I wake up. It kind of brings me like peace and kind of a healthy motivation to get up in the morning at 4:30 a.m. to go to morning practice, even though it's pretty hard. You just got to do it. But I want to kind of continue my vision board as a path of like striving to be where I want to be, and this kind of will help me achieve that. And to be a swimmer, you must have like humility and accomplishing and more setting your goals. Your self-talk and your self-esteem, I think, can lead you to becoming these things. According to Greg Townsend, it's important for you to know what you have a mind as powerful. It's important for you to know that you have a mind as powerful as a Ferrari, just waiting for your instructions. And this kind of states like your brain is the most powerful muscle in your body, and it kind of does whatever you tell it to do. So if you train it the right way and meet all of your checkpoints, you will be the best you can be. Mental toughness also goes along with training your brain. Your self-worth and other self-inflicted things that you value needs to be like at its maximum potential, because if you don't believe in yourself, then who will? Also, according to Barry Wade, he talks about how like physical activity is such as swimming is known to enhance your self-worth. 30% of active adults feel less distracted. Swimming does prove to enhance your self-worth. Even just after one practice, you feel great, you feel good about yourself, and yeah. Last and final thing we learned in class was goal setting. Goal setting has also been a big part of my life. I make the littlest goals every day, even at practice. For example, I'll make a practice to go across the pool without breathing when we're doing a set with no breathing. In class, we talked about how our goals can prosper over things in our life, like in other people's different goals as they mature and grow. Hopefully achieve those goals. With goal setting comes achievements once you make them. I'm going to show you like one of my most prized possessions, and that's my all-state medal I got this past year at high school in the 100-yard breaststroke. And this is literally what all I have worked for, even in club season. The beginning of high school, like I wanted one of these medals ever since my freshman year. Thankfully, my sophomore year, I got one for the same event, and then this past year I got the same medal, just a higher place. And like I've always wanted one of these medals, and my hard work kind of started paying off, and I like knew like I did have the mental toughness to wake up and go to practices even though I didn't want to. I really couldn't be prouder of this medal, and I know like all my hard work, sweat, tears, blood, everything is into this right here. And so it kind of also kind of pushes me, because I want 5 more of these, and so that kind of just helps me overcome my internal thoughts of, no, I don't want to go to practice, or no, I can't do this set. So that is why my goal is to generate the same mental attitude for club swim as I do for high school swim, which I just stated. And it takes a little bit at a time to get where you are going, but little by little each day can make a big difference in the end, and it'll show hopefully next year when I make a state title. So, thank you.